Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where we're going to take a look at the Reaper's Wager. This is Detachment 2 of Day 13, and more Space Elves, but this time of the slightly more S&M variety. The Reaper's Wager, meanwhile, is among the most macabre sadiths, depicting a gruesome tale of murderous bets between merciless killers and mythic executioners, and demonstrating a more wantonly violent aspect of the Harlequins. Yeah, you go get them, Harlequins. You break away from them stinky little space elves. They look like fantasy models to me. I know they've got guns, but for some reason they just look like fantasy models to me. But they're also, this design is inherently 40k. Well-painted Drukhari, I really appreciate. I would never run them. A well-painted Drukhari force always looks good. It is a well-known tale that is enjoyed in the depths of the Dark City. When Harlequins and Drukhari go to war as one, Comorite warriors often perform an accompanying role in its retelling. Bladed Drukhari transports emerge from the webway alongside courtesaned Harlequin skimmers. Cabalite warriors let rip from firing decks. The witches howl and whoop as they leap acrobatically into the fray. As Harlequin troops begin their gore-slick recital, they inhabit their roles wholeheartedly, competing furiously with their Drukhari allies to score the greatest tally of luridly violent kills. The Reaper's Wager allows Drukhari players to field Harlequins alongside their fallen kin, and the callous competition detachment rule relies on units from both factions to fulfill its potential. After a Drukhari or Harlequin unit destroys an enemy unit, their faction takes the lead in the wager. This spurs on their rivals, granting whoever is currently losing this bet rerolls of 1 to their hit and wound rolls. Oh, that's nice. The fervour with which the factions compete comes through in their enhancements and stratagems as well. The Webway Walker letting a unit deep strike and reroll charge rolls if they're losing. Fateful Roll, allowing models to fight on death on a 4-up, or a 3-up if they're behind in the brutal tally. I love this. This is really themey. Drukhari players will find units in their army, emulating the figures of legend, competing ever more fiercely with one another to be the eventual victors. I like that. Alright, it's more bookkeeping because you got to keep track of how many Harlequins have killed units and how many Drukhari have killed units. But that's just really cool. Enjoy these gifts. Feast. Carouse this season. But not too much. Look how it went for the Eldari. Tomorrow the Orcs are returning to the true meaning of Grotmas, namely Rah! I can't do it properly because someone's asleep in the other room. Alright, let's have a look at this hellbound ritual of death enhanced. Alright, so what have we got? This is the Reaper's Wager, Detachment Rule, Callous Competition. At the start of the battle, Drukhari units from your army are winning the wager. Okay, each time a Drukhari unit from your army destroys an enemy unit, Drukhari units from your army are winning the wager. Each time a Harlequin unit from your army destroys an enemy unit, Harlequin units from your army are winning the wager. Oh, I see how they've done it. That's not bookkeepy at all. While Drukhari units from your army are winning the wager, Harlequin units from your army are losing the wager, and vice versa. So that's how wagers work. Each time a Drukhari or Harlequins model from your army makes an attack, if that model is losing the wager, reroll a hit roll of 1 and a wound roll of 1. So basically, whichever faction didn't kill the last unit gets rerolls of 1 to hits and wounds. You can include Harlequins units in your army, see Index Eldari. Oh, the Harlequin, they are still in the index? Okay, so the Harlequins rules are still free. The combined points cost of such units depend on your battle size. Incursion up to 500, Strike Force up to 1000, and Onslaught up to 1500. No Harlequins models in your army can be your Warlord. That's a lot. 50-50 split or up to 50-50 split, that's really nice. Enhancements. Arch Raider, 15 points, Harlequins or Drukhari model only. In the Declare Battle Formation step, if your bearer starts the battle embarked within a dedicated transport, that dedicated transport has the Scout 9 inches ability. Generally just nice. Webway Walker, 15 points. Harlequins or Drukhari model only. only. Models in the bearer's unit have the Deep Strike ability. Each time the bearer's unit is set up on the battlefield using the Deep Strike ability, if that unit is currently losing the wager, until the end of its turn you can reroll charge rolls made for that unit. Quite strong, being able to reroll a charge. Stipulation is whichever model it is needs to be losing. So would you, I mean, you've got a bit of play about that because you can split fire with certain units and things, and you don't have to focus fire down. So there's play to make sure that that goes off, but that's quite nice. The Reaper's Cowl, 25 points, Harlequin models only. Models in the bearer's unit have the Stealth and Infiltrators abilities. Again, just generally nice. And Conductor of Torment, 20 points. Drukhari model only. In your command phase, you can do one of the following. If your Drukhari units are currently losing the wager, you gain 1 pain point. If you do, Drukhari units from your army are now winning the wager. Or, if your Drukhari units are currently winning the wager, you can discard 1 pain point. If you do, Harlequin units from your army are now winning the wager. You would take that. 20 points, you would take that, just to give you the ability to give whichever units are in the best position to really hammer home an advantage with the reroll hits of 1, reroll wounds of 1. Very strong. Yeah, I like that. It's strong in the context of this detachment, let me put it that way. Okay, stratagems we have 5 at 1 CP, the final one is 2 CP, but we'll touch on that, we'll get there. We have 2 battle tactics and 4 strategic ploys. Malicious Frenzy, when your shoot phase or fight phase, target 1 Drukhari or Harlequin unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. Effect, select lethal hits or sustained hits 1. Until the end of the phase, weapons equipped by models in your unit have the selected ability. Simple, straightforward, I like it. Fateful Roll. When fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. Target 1 Drukhari or Harlequin's unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Effect, until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit is destroyed, if that model has not fought this phase, roll 1d6, adding 1 to the result if that unit is losing the wager. On a 4-up, do not remove it from play. The destroyed model can fight after the attacking model's unit has finished making its attacks. It is then removed from play. Fairly nice 4-up fight on deaths, moving to a 3-up if it's a unit that's losing the wager. Really strong, really nice, I like it. Murderer's Circus. When fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets, target 1 Drukhari or Harlequin's unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Very strong, I like it. Shorten the odds. When your movement phase, just after a Drukhari or Harlequin's unit from your army has advanced, target that unit. Effect, until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced. Scintillating Tempo. When your movement phase or your charge phase, just after a Drukhari or Harlequin's unit from your army is selected to make a normal, advance, or fall back move, it is set up on the battlefield or declares a charge. So whenever one of the units wants to make a movement action, target that unit. Effect, until the end of the turn, enemy units cannot use the Fire Overwatch stratagem to shoot at your unit. Ooh, that's strong. I like. And Dance Macabre. This is 2 CP, the only 2 CP here. When your opponent's movement phase just after an enemy unit ends a normal, advance, or fall back move. Target 1 Drukhari infantry or Harlequin's infantry unit from your army that is within 9 inches of that enemy unit. Effect, you can make a normal move of up to d6 inches. If your unit is currently losing the wager, it can make a normal move up to 6 inches instead. It all comes down to unit choice, I think, and I don't think the Drukhari have a huge amount of units, and I know that the Harlequins have even less. But these stratagems, I think, are all quite nice. But there's nothing in there that sings ridiculously broken. I think it reads quite nicely balanced. It probably fills in some gaps, giving you like lethal hits or sustained hits 1, depending on what you want to do. Fateful Roll is really nice. Potentially a 3-up fight on death. -1 to the hit rolls when you're being attacked by something. You know, there's some really nice stratagems here. They're not ridiculous, but they are very useful in the situation that you'd use them. And again, the enhancements, there's some nice stuff here. Give a dedicated transport scout, stealth and infiltrate on a Harlequins unit. You know, there's some really nice stuff here. It doesn't feel like it's too cheap or overpointed. And the detachment rule is just fun. You can take a decent amount of Harlequins in the force, so it would be a fair wager. Not that either of these would be wanting to do a fair wager. But also, half of your army can have reroll hit rolls of 1, reroll wound rolls of 1, depending on how you build them, and you can play about with that with Conductor of Torment. I like this. Even the Eldari one wasn't bad, in all honesty. I might have a problem with Space Elves, but the detachments have been fine. I like both of them. I think they're some of the stronger ones that we've seen so far, but also I don't think that they're broken. All of these detachments, on the whole, feel like they've been quite well balanced against each other. Don't know about the wider Codex detachments and things, because some of them are just wild. But these, generally, yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Reaper's Wager seems pretty good to me, but let me know what you think in the comments, as always. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.